Hello and welcome to Maths Hub. In today's video, we are going to look at 5 topics that have consistently come in the BEC. And the reasons why they do come is because the students answer them wrongly. 5 BEC Maths topics that come every single year because the students always get them wrong. I have a guide that will help you to be able to score these topics with ease. But first, how true is this one statement? Let me show you with a PDF file. This is a past question. It's a book that I've personally written. So we want to start from 1990. BEC started in 1990. So you realize the first 2 questions here is under sets. We have percentage here. So notice the topic that I'm mentioning. We have statistics here. Okay, so I'm scrolling. This is theory. You can see sets still there. Okay, you can see statistics from a pie chart, a bar graph instead. Then we have plane geometry for 1991. There's still sets too. Okay, there's percentages here in the form of commission. Okay, let me scroll further. Yes, I'm scrolling further to 1992. 1992, yes. So the first 2 questions are under sets. Even the first 3 questions are under set. Okay, there's percentage here. This form of simple interest. Okay, then yes, so we also have a graph question here. Okay, statistics is here as well. Okay, so let's go to 1993. These are the theory 2. 1993, we see that question 3 is under sets. Okay, and then we have statistics over there too. We have plane geometry, a lot of them. Okay, we go to 1994. 1994. Yes, so 1994. This 5th year. See sets here. We see plane geometry in form of angles here. So I can go on and on about this. Okay, so what are these 5 topics that I'm talking about? These 5 topics that are consistently coming in the BEC. They include sets, statistics, plane geometry, or what we call angles, rigid motion, and percentages. I'm going to take them one by one, give you reasons why the students don't do well, and some of the areas where they get it wrong, so that it can help you to be able to get it right when you get them. So we come to sets. Reasons why students always get sets questions wrong or earn low marks. 1, they don't know the regions of a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram have 4 regions if it's a 2 set, and then 8 or 7 if it's a 3 set. They represent Venn diagram poorly, losing marks in the process. They don't answer the questions that are asked from their Venn diagram. So most students are, after struggling to draw their Venn diagram, they walk away without answering the other questions that follow. Most students also lack proper understanding of the concept of complement. When we say complement, what do we mean? We'll explain it shortly in the diagrams that I have. So we have some few diagrams here. In a Venn diagram, we expect 2 types of questions in a Venn diagram. It can come in this form or this form, or mostly sets in general. We expect 2 types of questions, those that talk about intersection and those that involve a Venn diagram. So when you come here, what are the mistakes the students do make? What they do make is that you have set P, they'll put 3, 2, 6, all of them here. And then when it comes to elements of Q, they'll put 2, 6, 4, 8, all of them here, without even putting, or some will even put the intersection here, 2, 6, and then come and repeat the 2, 6 here, and then repeat the 2, 6 here. That is wrong. Once these elements are found in the section, they must not be repeated in the P only and Q only. These are the mistakes the students make. Don't make that. And then I spoke about the understanding of complement. So in this question diagram, if you're asked to find P union Q complement, then it refers to the elements which are outside P union Q. They include the 5, 7, 9. Please get this right. Now, when you come to the Venn diagram proper, where we are given the number of, let's say, This is French and English. Students in a class who want to take French and English. Okay, so here you see number who read French is 41, number who read English is 45. But what students normally do is you just write F is equal to 41, E is equal to 45. This is wrong. You are indicating the number of people who study a subject, so the end of will come and then the end of will come. Even the union, just U is equal to 50. That is wrong. When you do that, you lose a mark, which is not good. Now, after drawing the Venn diagram nicely, some are able to do this. They don't answer the questions that come under it. For example, they say how many students study English only? 9. How many study French only? 5. And then maybe go further, they say how many students study only one subject? 5 study French only, 9 study English only. You add them, you get to 14. You don't normally see that. So please don't be a victim. Answer your set questions well. Very good. We go to the next topic. The next topic is statistics. So on the statistics is very broad. We're talking about mean, median, mode. Then you come to the graphs. You can talk about pie chart. You can talk about bar graph, stem and leaf plot, and all those things. Okay. So where are the areas the students normally get it wrong? One, they don't know the difference between finding mean from a frequency table and finding mean using raw data. That is, if I ask to find mean using data without frequency table, how do you find it? And is that different from if you are finding the mean from a frequency table? Students do mix them up and then they end up getting everything wrong. Most of them don't take their time in constructing their frequency tables. I'll be showing you shortly. Most of them struggle in constructing pie and bar charts correctly. So let's see some examples under this one. So let's start with the pie chart. So in drawing the pie chart, we should have a central point where all your lines, so I always tell my students that when you draw the circle, make sure you make a big dot here so that any line you do falls in that dot, any line you draw falls in that dot. What we normally see students who do, and the lines are exactly, you don't have a central point. And then two, in measuring the angles, in marking, examiners are always encouraged to measure the angles to see whether the students are getting this right or not. So don't think that you just do anything and get away with it. No. Examiners are asked to use the protractors to measure the angle. So if your technical is not 64, an examiner who marks it and see and who measures and see it's not 64 will score you low marks. Please take note. Okay. Also, when they give something like this, like find the angle for vocational, students struggle. A whole circle is 60, so you sum these values and equate it to 60 and get your x, and that is how it's going to be. Okay. And sometimes they will tell you maybe the expenditure for the whole thing. So if the expenditure is say 50,000, how much of that went in technical? So they have difficulty in doing that. So what you do is 64% over total, which is 60, then times your figure, and you get that particular figure over there. Now, when you come to the bar chart, the difficulty we have with students is that the bars will correspond to the frequencies, but we don't normally see that. So the students will have their scale here, but their bars don't correspond with it. So if number one mark is 6 students had it, you will see the students who put the thing somewhere around here. It's not up to the 6, which is problematic. Then what does this 1, 2, 3 here stand for? On the x-axis, what do they stand for? Stand for ages. Okay, that must be indicated clearly. The frequency must be indicated clearly. And the students will also lead axis. They will see the x, you will see the y. If you don't do that, you lose marks in the process. Then one important thing is that in bar graph or bar chart, there must be spaces between the bars. But we don't see the student will leave a big space here and come and leave a small space here. When you do that, that is not right. So take note in this. Yes, when you come to constructing a frequency table, what we normally see, the students even get the tallies wrong. So once you get the tallies wrong, your frequencies are going to be wrong, your fx will be wrong, your sum of fx will be wrong, sum of f will be wrong, and everything is messed up. You lose marks completely. So get your tallies right, get your frequencies right, and then your fx will be able to use you to do it well. I know by now you should know how to get fx. You take your f times your x times your f will give you this. So 9, 5 is 45, 11, 7 is 77 in a particular order. When you end, you sum the fx will give you the change, you sum the fx, and then your means will give you this. So take note, like I was saying, difference between finding a mean from a frequency table and finding mean from raw data. So mean from a frequency table, you do this. Mean from raw data, as we all know, is summation x over n. So please take note and don't lose marks under statistics. The next topic we will look at is angles or plane geometry. So what are the areas or what are the reasons why students do fail in answering questions on this topic? So one, they don't even answer the questions at all. Forgive me, I left. They don't even answer the questions at all. Okay, the students also lack the understanding behind the concept of each diagram. Each diagram there's a concept behind it. The triangle is a concept behind it. Quadrilateral is a concept behind it. They don't have that. The approach in answering angle questions is also problematic. So let's see some few examples and you see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, so when you come here, we're talking about parallel lines and then an oblique or transversal line. Okay, so here we expect the students to have an idea of co-interior, you have the concept of corresponding, alternate, and even what do you call it? An isosceles triangle. Okay, so if the students don't have this, then the student cannot be able to answer this question. You won't be able to know what A is, B is, C is in a particular order. Okay, so these are the issues we're talking about. Also, is be able to know that an exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So A is equal to 46 plus B. Okay, and all this is very important. So here, this is 29 alternate, this is 46 alternate, then you get the C. Once you get C, or you can also use 46C, 29, okay, on the straight line, okay. From there, if this 46, well, this triangle is an isosceles triangle, and you will get the values there. Okay, over here, still, we want to know whether, or the examiners are trying to find out whether the students know the concept of isosceles triangles, okay. So here, this will be 73, and an exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. That we don't see. This is also the same thing which applied here, okay. An exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. Okay, so please get this concept. Each diagram has a concept. Get to know the concept of the diagram, and that will help you to be able to solve it well. We go to the next topic, which is graph questions that the rigid motion I spoke about, reflection, rotation, and all those things. So what are the areas or the reason why students get questions in that area wrong or even score low marks? So the first is wrong scaling and axis labeling. And then the second one is wrongly plotted coordinates. Okay, and sometimes the formula. So they were talking about reflection. The students write rotation formula in that particular order. Okay, so please get to know your formulas for reflecting formula. Reflecting the x-axis, y-axis, y is equal to x, and all those things. Please, you sit down, study them, and then get them right. So that for each particular formula, you state the right formula, get the right coordinates, and plot them well, and then you earn your vital marks. Okay, so let's look at the graphs that we have here. So we have two graphs here. So we see here, the problem we normally have with the students is that one, here there's a zero, and most of them don't bring the zero at all. Oh, this is the origin, so the zero must clearly be indicated. If that doesn't come, then it's problematic. Sometimes in some years the entire question can be marked wrong, and then we don't see y, we don't see x, and even sometimes, strangely enough, they'll put y here and put x here, and they'll interchange them. Then with the coordinates, I'm talking about c is negative 1, 4. So negative 1, the first figure is for the x, and the second figure is for y. So negative 1 is an x, so we go to x-axis, negative 1 is here, and the y-axis 4 is here, that's why it is here. 1, 4 is also here. So the students mix them up, and then they plot the figure, it looks strange, and then everything turns out wrong. So please, what you need to note is label your axis well, your scaling is done well, you plot your coordinates very well, you know your formula which you use to get these coordinates, and then you are good to go. Another one is also here, the same thing applies. Okay, very good. So we go to the next topic. The next topic is why students score low marks in percentages. So the first one is wrong approach to answering the questions, and the second one is the use of wrong formula. So you can't use what do you call it, sample interest to work commission, or commission to work sample interest. You must get the formulas right. Then some even lack the understanding of percentages in the first place. If you don't understand percentage, you can't apply this in commission or discount or whatever we are talking about. So you see a question, let's express 25% of 75. The students will not understand how these answers are coming about. So please, let's take note. And then another question is, Olu bought a radio for or the figure didn't come in. After 1 year, the video was valued as this. Okay. So please, in a question like this, you need to take your time, get the understanding of what they want you to do, put the right formula there, and then you are good to go. Okay, very good. So the solution is here. We are not going to bother ourselves with the solution. Okay. So we are saying that, are you a parent or a school who want the season examiner to prepare your candidates for BECE or WASI? Then you can contact Masters Hub. Our number is this. Our email is this. We will come and take your students through how to answer questions, the areas for them to note in preparing themselves for a BECE or WASI exams. We know the topics that are supposed to come for each year. Having worked on this for a number of years, we know the likely questions that will be coming. We'll guide your students appropriately and be able to write the exams very well. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, forward our videos, and recommend them to your friends, and come back for more. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye.